want to challenge myself this week to read 100 pages a day to see if I can really trigger that habit and that love for reading and see if I can just get my habit going. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole. So this is going to be the very first long form YouTube video that I'm going to be posting on this channel. I am on a journey to discover if I want my hobby to be reading. So this is something that I have done throughout the years and I just have never picked it up consistently. And I am now a mom to a toddler and I have noticed that I need something to myself. I need something that is mine and something that I just look forward to doing. Something that is a hobby that I spend my time doing and not just cleaning my house or caring for my child. I have been diving into reading and I want to challenge myself this week to read 100 pages a day to see if I can really trigger that habit and that love for reading and see if I can just get my habit going. So yesterday was Sunday and I completely started A Court of Mist and Fury. I read ACOTAR a couple weeks ago and I felt like the ending was good but I didn't feel like I needed to pick up the second book. But my book talk told me that I had to pick up the second book. I had to keep going. Yesterday, I dove into this and I devoured 130 pages of this. The very first section in this book, I completely just like burned through it because I was sucked in. It was so good. Today is Monday and I'm gonna see how many pages I can read today, but I don't want to read this because while I'm in love with it, I also want to savor it. I want to savor this time that I have with this series because a lot of people have told me to take my time and to really enjoy it because this is going to be a series that I'm going to want to read, wish that I could read for the first time again. I'm going to just hold off on this as much as it hurts and as much as I want to keep going. I'm going to read a couple different books today. I love the Hunger Games series and I've been working through A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and I am about in the last 100 pages or so. I want to see how far I can get into this so that hopefully I can get this done this week. I'm hoping that this challenge will help me finish up this book in the series. And then also today is an easier day for me. My husband and I are doing a tandem read, or I guess not a tandem. We're doing a buddy read of The Way of Kings. This is the very first Brandon Sanderson book I have ever read. We have been enjoying this. We are on chapter 18, page 275. This will hopefully help me get to my 100-page goal today also. Between the two of these, we're gonna see how far we can get. It is now the next day, it is Tuesday, and I was able to get through 57 pages of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm getting so close to the end. I think that I want to try and finish this up today, but we'll see. I am currently on page 448 out of 517. That'll definitely give me a big dent for today to try and get my 100 pages in. And then yesterday, I also did my co-reading with my husband. We have been working through Way of Kings. We were able to get through 36 pages of this. I do have a toddler, so she was interrupting us quite a bit, and that's totally fine. It is what it is. We have been savoring this book. We have been slowly working through it because I know that this is such a big world and we really want to take our time with it. There's no rush to get this done. And so far we are on page 312. So we just made it to chapter 21. And this being my first Cosmere book, it's interesting and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But I know everyone says that the plot comes together at the end. I am kind of excited to see how things come together. That puts my page total for Monday at 93 pages. So I didn't quite meet my 100-page goal, but that's okay. My ultimate goal for this whole challenge is to make sure that I am just reading every single day. I would like to reach 100 pages to kind of help get myself out of turning to social media for boredom and more towards reading. We'll see how many pages I can get done today. It is now the next day. Today is Wednesday. So Yesterday, I was able to get through 69 pages of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I finished this. However, that's all that I read yesterday, because after I finished this, I needed to go and watch the movie. I really wanted another fresh viewing of the movie to really get to see the difference between the book and the movie. I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. I honestly kind of struggled to get through this, but to be fair, I have watched the movie a few times before I even started reading this. So I felt myself really predicting what was happening in the book and just really struggling to get through it because it wasn't anything new. It didn't feel exciting. But that being said, I do think that it's really, really important to read this as part of the Hunger Games. If you're a person who has read the rest of the Hunger Games, this one definitely needs to be added to your list, because the movie doesn't go over everything about Coriolanus that the book does. You're missing a lot of details of who he is and where he came from, why he is the way he is, and why the world is the way that it is. I think it's really important to include this in the series. Now, for today, I think that I'm going to go ahead. I'm thinking for today that I want something a little bit smaller to read. I have been reading bigger, more complex books and world, like The Way of Kings and ACOTAR, ACOMAF, and then this guy wasn't very small either. So I want something just a little bit smaller. So I was looking at my shelves and I pulled off The Rule of Thoughts. I didn't realize that this wasn't the first book in the series. So I was kind of looking at it. I don't want to go buy the first book right now or anything. I could see if it's available through my library, maybe digitally, but I'm kind of thinking that I want to reread Maze Runner, because this is by James Dashner. So I haven't actually read this, but I have read Maze Runner before, and it's been years, like probably 8 to 10 years. It's been a long time. I kind of want just an easy YA dystopian, because I used to fly through these books. I think for today, I want to start the Maze Runner. Since I have the whole book series, we are going to start with good old Maze Runner. They're so shiny and pretty. I love the covers on these. So this is only 374 pages. I have been reading 5, 6. My Way of Kings is a 1,000-page book. I want something a little bit smaller and just that's gonna be a much quicker, easier read. So we're gonna dive into this, and I think maybe tomorrow I might let myself read a little bit more of ACOMAF. We'll see how many pages I get done today. It is now Thursday, and yesterday I did start the Maze Runner, and unfortunately I only got through 57 pages. I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately. That's still really good to get through 57 pages, but I didn't meet my 100-page goal, and that's okay. That's not ultimately the goal of this video. I am really trying to just make reading a habit and just doing it consistently every day. With that being said, I do think that that was a win for yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and continue this today, and I think that I want to pick this guy up again. I want to continue this. I absolutely ate up the first part, and I think that I am ready to go ahead and dive in a little bit more today. We'll see how much I can get done of both of these. Today is now Sunday. I skipped a couple days here. I'm a mom and I have a full-time job. So I just really had a hard time getting my filming done the last couple days. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this week today. I did read every single day, and I think that that is a win. I am so proud of myself for actually reading every single day, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I like diving into books instead of just watching TV or movie. Let's talk about the books that I continue to read this week. These are the 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of. So I continued to read these both Friday and Saturday. Friday, I got through 67 pages of The Maze Runner, continuing to enjoy it. Highly recommend this to anybody, especially if you're new to dystopian. This is just a great, easy read to get into this series. For ACOMAF, I did read 30 pages on Friday. That brought my total to 97 pages for Friday, really close to the 100-page goal. Super proud of that. And then on Saturday, I only read ACOMAF because I am obsessed with this. I just didn't want to read Maze Runner on Saturday. I wanted to read this. I want to just absorb this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this so much. And I really think that this might be my favorite book. I am 204 pages in. I'm on chapter 19, and I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but I have a feeling that this might be my new favorite series, but we will continue and we will see how I feel. I ended up getting through 38 pages of this on Saturday. Well, that's not close to my 100-page goal. I'm so proud of myself for actually reading this whole week. I also read more of Way of Kings this week. This is a buddy read that I do with my husband. So I have this on Audible, and then I like to just physically look at the book while we're reading through it. I like the Cosmere because I feel like everyone says that you can jump in from any direction because there's several different series inside of this, and we're finding it really easy to get into this. We don't feel really super lost or confused like we're missing any information. So far, really enjoying this, and I'm so excited to continue this giant series of books and to just get through this one and see what I think in the end. That brings my total pages for the whole week to 561 pages, and that is 139 pages short of my 700-page goal. But for this being the literal first week that I have started like really diving into reading seriously, I think that's awesome. And I am so excited to just continue to read and continue to just document this journey. And I think as I continue to read, I still want to aim to read every single day. I think 100 pages might be a little bit ambitious at this point, but I need to kind of figure out where reading fits into my schedule, because working full-time and having a little one at home, it's not always the easiest thing to just pick up a book and read, because, you know, little ones are just go, 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 and there's only so much free time that you have during the day. I think I need to work on that a little bit and kind of fine tune when are the perfect times to be reading. I am so glad that you joined me for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.